We welcome our own Jalen Rose, the NBA veteran. And Jalen, from your perspective, frankly, as a Gen Xer, not a millennial, not someone who grew up in the social media environment, how do you feel about the way athletes today are harnessing social media for their own benefit?
Wow, I used a floppy disk when I was in college. Picture that. I think
I had a typewriter.
Athletes have done an amazing job of parlaying what they do on the floor, on the field, on the diamond, and bringing personality to social media that engages the fans. Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James have become terrific pitchmen. Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. The list goes on and on. When you don't see a player with a football, a baseball, or a basketball, or a soccer ball performing, you see them with a cell phone. And usually they're staring at social media. They're looking at their post. They're commenting on the comments. They continue the engagement far beyond just the field of play.
How has it changed the relationship, the connection between athletes and fans, now that athletes can go directly to their followers and fans can at them back?
It makes it a lot more personal, a lot more interactive, and obviously it doesn't allow a third party to dilute the message, but also for a player, you can be exposed in a negative light, as I've seen Antonio Brown use social media, in my opinion, a lot of times to his benefit, but also to his detriment. So for the players, they now feel empowered to anything that they want to get their message out about. It could be social, it could be political, it could be about sports, it could be about family. You get a chance to see things that they're passionate about without those questions being filtered from a third party.
We're going to get to this later in the series this week, Jalen, but you mentioned some of the negatives, what's happened with Antonio Brown on social media, among some of the other issues obviously he's having. On balance, do you feel for athletes the way that some are immersed in social media is net positive, net negative?
Absolutely. So there's a fine line between using it, again, to your benefit versus your detriment, and talking about things that you may not necessarily be passionate or knowledgeable about, but obviously using those characters to express an opinion. And so for some players, you would advise to put the phone down because it's not working towards the goal that you hope to get accomplished. I always like to use the 95-5 theory. Usually as a public figure, 95% of why we know who you are, you got to continue to build, enhance, and maintain. The other 5% is that social media piece that you want to be able to use as a pitchman, an advertiser, an endorser. Use it to further your cause, not necessarily to hamper what you hope to try to get accomplished, and ultimately why we know who you are in the first place.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.